Okay, this is my second attempt at reading this, picking up where I left off. Okay, I'm Wart's Wobble-Bottom Dwarf, Wart's told her. I'm Lila the Great Blue, Lila said. And I'm Uni the Unicorn, and the injured unicorn is my brother Corn. Uni said. My name is Tiki, Tiki said, sounding better. Tiki, you're awake! Everyone shouted at the same time. Well, where am I? A voice said softly. Corn! Uni shouted as loud as she could. Uni! Corn said even louder. Okay, Ward, Cinder, Lila, Tiki, Uni, and Corn. I think Alexa needs you to get dressed for the feast in her room. She has your outfits ready to be worn. I will show you where if you follow me, Lily said. I guess my work is done here, the doctor finally said. Okay, everyone said to both of them. Come on then, said Lily. Here's the picture, and Warts is all, she's so tall. I'm pretty sure I made like steps because I drew everything wrong, and for some reason there's a telephone, even though it's like Middle Ages, but we'll just let that slide. It was a third grade thing. Lily took them up 3 flights of stairs and went past 90 doorways until they came to Alexa's. They knocked 3 times and the door opened. Grr, Growf. Angle, which is supposed to be angel. Just so you know, I'm be reading it as angle, because that's how it's written. Lucky, be quiet, Cinder warned. The dogs tilted their heads in wonder. He tickles, Lila shouted in laughter because Angle and Lucky were licking her face. Lucky, Angle, out, Alexa and Cinder yelled at the same time. So, let's get started. Boys, you go to the waiting room, which is the 29th floor on the door on the left, said Alexa. She pointed in the direction. Now, Uni, you will be getting dressed in the closet. Lila, you will be getting dressed in my other closet, and Cinder, you will be getting dressed in your room, okay? Okay, everyone shouted, and they scurried about their business. I drew that all in pencil because I was like due that day, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just hurry up and finish. When they were finished, they paraded around the castle. Then Alexa did the same thing for the boys. She got dressed. By the time they were all finished parading and getting ready, it was time for the feast. Everyone scurried downstairs into the great hall. When they got in, the other guests stood up and bowed down to Alexa and her guests. Wow, shows how vain I was. It was wonderful. The minstrels played jolly tunes. There was singing, dancing, speeches, and lots of tasty food. Finally, the entertainment came. A young man about 6 feet tall skipped into the great hall. He was wearing a hat and a one-piece outfit that was blue and white. People clapped and cheered. Then there was a hush. The minstrels began to play a funny tune, and he began to perform. This next part is probably going to be social suicide for me. Hello, Nook. Nook, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. My name is Jeff the Jester. Hey, did you know that the princess's B-Day is tomorrow? Well, I did. Hey, we have a few guests tonight. Can you guys and girls please stand up? They did. Tell us your name and what you are, Jeff told them. Well, my name is Wart's Wobble-Bottom Dwarf, Wart said. My name is Uni, and this is my brother Corn. My name is Lila the Great Blue, said Lila. Thank you, everyone. Well, the feast, it's pretty much over, so have a good night. Everyone clapped their hands and cheered again and left. By the time they got home, their beds were already made. Boys, you go back to the waiting room and sleep there. Girls, you go and look for a bed that you like the best. Good night, they all said together. And look, there's an evil dragon behind Alexa's head. The next morning, Warts and Corn went to wish Alexa happy birthday. But when they got there, only Cinder, Lila, and Uni were there. Where's Alexa, Tiki, Lucky, and Angel? They both asked at the same time. Smokey took them, Lila said softly. Well, we need to get them, Ward said with a gust of worries. Does that make sense now? Yes, we do, and Jeff is coming with us, Cinder said. Then Jeff skipped in. When are we leaving? He asked with excitement. Right now, Lila said. Let's go. They said goodbye and left the castle. Here's the picture. They walked, or flew, until they reached the woods. Where are we now? Cinder asked Uni. I don't know, Uni answered with guilt. Well, didn't we take a path? Cinder continued. No, we thought you... A map! Everyone ran towards it. Now, let's see. We are here, so Smokey and the Fairy Queen's castle is to the east. Let's go, Uni said excitedly. They all went east. So, I don't really know how my map happened to be so accurate, because I didn't know northwest, east, and south. But it was right, so I'm like, whatever. You good dragon, you. I will throw those weaklings into jail. Run along now, I'm going to do my job. Send in the wasps! The Fairy Queen screamed. The wasps came. Guard those prisoners, and if you need me, I will be in the spa. Bye now. By this time, Jeff Wart's unicorn, Lila, and Cinder reached the castle gate. We made it, Cinder said, panting. But how will we get through those tight spaces in the portcullis? Lila worried. Well, I've got some magic powder. Want to try it? Warts wondered. Of course, Lila and Cinder said all at once. Okay, here you go. He sprinkled the powder onto Lila and Cinder, and they became so small that Uni and Corn could hardly see them. Then Wart sprinkled himself and they left. When they got through the spaces, they were normal size again. They walked on. That powder was cocaine. Picture. How far am I? I might have to get to a third part. Okay, I'm good. They were in the castle in about 5 minutes. When they got in, they saw the wasps guarding Alexa, Lucky, Angel, and Tiki. Come on, let's get those wasps, Cinder said with a twinkle in her eye. No way, I hate wasps. Besides, how are we going to get them? Lila asked Cinder. We are going to have Wart sprinkle some of his magic stuff on them, and that will hypnotize them. Then we'll make them fly into the moat and never return, said Cinder. Good idea, Lila said softly. Hey, wasps! The wasp spun around and saw Cinder. While Cinder was talking, Wart was doing his job. The wasps fell asleep. Wake up! Go to the moat and never return, Wart ordered. The wasps did that. Then they heard a scream of fury. Rage Toon's face here. Picture. Those are the wasps. They're actually pretty good, except they have like buck teeth. What have you done to my wasps? Was the Fairy Queen, and stomped Smokey. Okay, here comes my favorite part of the entire book. It's amazing. Time to think up another plan, like hypnotizing Smokey and making him pick up the queen and hit himself on the head with her, Lila suggested. Here's the powder. Worth gave Lila the powder. Lila walked over to Smokey. She sprinkled the powder onto him. He fell asleep. Wake up, grab the queen, and bonk yourself on the head with her. Smokey woke up, grabbed the Fairy Queen, and bonked himself on the head with her. They both passed out. Lila threw the Fairy Queen out. Worth went out to get Jeff, Uni, and Cornwall. Cinder and Lila got the keys and unlocked the cage for Alexa, Angle, Lucky, and Tiki. When everyone came together, they cheered and yelled and went home. I love Smokey's face in this because he's like, like Brian Dale's. After they got home, they had a great feast for Alexa's birthday and for everyone's safe return. From that moment on, they stuck together and lived happily ever after. The end. It looks like Saturn, but yeah, the end. I was an overachiever as a little kid. And this was obviously the best book in the world. I would add more, but like I have all this stuff that I found earlier, but I'm too lazy, so yeah, bye.